So how do we feel? Is this a hot take? Dominik Mysterio is the future face of the company. John Cena level potential, and will make the ratings go up if he chases the title.
Hold on, let me speak first.
Go for it.
All of that is just great.
Okay.
But you need to remove John Cena level potential right now before the sun burns out. And
it's so hot. It's so literally ridiculous. The sun.
It's so ridiculous.
The sun can burn out because that take was so hot. It's basically as hot as the sun.
We have two suns. It needs to burn out because it's our sun now.
What's going on, pro wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Hardcore and the Casual podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and on today's episode, we are joined by Tyler, Jake, and Elijah. How you boys doing?
Doing good.
Doing good?
Oh, well.
All right, so this is our 2-year anniversary episode. I know it's weird. This channel has only been up for a couple of months. But we had another channel, the Hardcore and the Casual MMA podcast, which is right behind me, where all of our pro wrestling stuff was posted for a really long time. So yeah, about 2 years. And now we moved channels, but we're still celebrating our 2 years because we have been doing the pro wrestling podcast for 2 years now. So how does it feel? 2 years in, how are we doing? I think we're still pushing. I think we're still doing good. Specifically you two who are on the pro wrestling podcast. Well, Tyler sometimes, and then Jake all the time. So how are we feeling about pro wrestling right now? We thinking we're still going another 2 years?
Yeah, as long as my paycheck keps increasing, we'll be good.
all right. It will, don't worry. What about you? How are you feeling about the landscape?
I have similar thoughts.
Alright, so all they care about is money, apparently. They don't care about the product anymore.
No.
Alright.
It's not the money, it's the incentive, it's the principle.
Okay, fair enough. Gotta give you something to be on the podcast. You know, I'll replace you guys both right now.
The royalties.
With what?
Elijah will
Two
come
rocks?
on. Me and Elijah will record 2 podcasts a week. One for MMA, one for pro wrestling. Right, Elijah?
Are you telling me I can go home?
Alright, so today we are going to be doing hot takes for our 2-year anniversary. We're going to be doing pro wrestling hot takes. We each have a couple. We're going to read through them. And if you guys like the video, leave your hot takes below. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys for clicking on the video. We are so excited for 2 years. We're excited for 2 more. So thank you guys. Join the ride if you haven't already. And we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go that end this time. We're going to go Tyler first.
I'm going to start it off.
All right, first hot take from Tyler. Let's hear it.
Dominik Mysterio is overrated.
Oh!
Facts.
Throw punch.
Man, you're not going to like one of my hot takes from later. I'll start with that one. All right,
Dom is underrated.
Dominik Mysterio is underrated. So yeah, Tyler, why? Why don't you like Dom? He's the GOAT.
No, I think he's been carried by a lot of people.
He beat
By his
John
last
Cena by
name.
himself. He didn't need Finn Balor and Liv Morgan and Raquel and JD McDonough to help beat John Cena. He didn't need that. He did it by himself.
I don't give a damn. How old was John Cena?
No, he definitely
48.
needed all that help. It was a 5v1. It was a 5v1. But no, Dom's the GOAT. He's the greatest. I mean, you don't have to be that good at wrestling to still be a great WWE superstar. You know, he doesn't have to beat John Cena in a one-on-one match to still be the GOAT. He just is the GOAT. He's the most entertaining guy on the roster. We'll get to it because I got something to say about this. So I'm just going to say I disagree with you now. Do you guys agree? Is Dominik Mysterio overrated, underrated? What are we feeling?
Overrated.
Overrated. Jake, come on.
I think it's middle road.
Perfectly rated?
Middle road, yeah.
I think that he's going to be one of the top stars one day. We're talking he's going to be main eventing WWE. He's going to be main eventing WrestleMania for the WWE title one day.
2042.
Nah. We're talking like 3-4 years from now. Dominik Mysterio versus like Braun Breaker for the WWE
I think 3 or 4
title.
years is a little close. I'd say maybe like 6 or 7. No, actually. 3 or 4 is crazy.
6 or 7?
I mean, I see him being a co-main or a opener, but I don't see him being a main eventer.
Not in 3 years.
No.
If you say so.
No shot.
All right, Jake.
Well, I don't.
Not with Rey
This
Mysterio
leads to my
still
next hot take. I wouldn't put it past him. Triple H is not the guy.
Triple H is not the guy.
Yeah.
As in not...
As in should not have the role that he has.
Okay, give us
I
some
agree.
examples of why.
All right. I have a couple examples. I'm gonna start with this one. Everything he's done ever.
Okay,
Other than WrestleMania
39 and 40.
40's main event.
Post-wrestling.
No,
Post-wrestling.
WrestleMania 39
Every
all the way
blind
through
squirrel
40.
finds a nut. If a frog had wings, it would fly.
From the day that Triple H took over all the way until WrestleMania 40, WWE got a lot better. No, it's true. You know it got a lot
Vince
better.
McMahon's era is way better.
Bro, we started watching again because Vince McMahon left.
It just happened to be that I started watching them and I had no idea.
Because the product got better.
No, it's not because I had more time.
No, it's because the product got better.
I don't think the storylines got better. I don't think the way storylines get put together are better.
Your best argument would be that it stayed relatively the same.
Bro, please go back and watch. Please go back and watch any wrestling from before 2022.
He ruined John Cena's farewell tour.
I know, but I'm saying all the way up from 2022 until 2024, he did amazing work, and people will agree with me at home.
What has he done aside from those two WrestleManias?
I wouldn't even say the
cards were good. I went to that WrestleMania. It was ass. Aside from the main event, maybe 2 matches.
People are going to disagree highly with that.
That's a hot take. No, that's facts.
That's a hot take in itself.
No, it's not.
Vince was way better.
I would definitely say
you hearing this, guys?
I would say all the new athletes that Triple H have brought in are good. A good portion of the athletes that have been brought in under Triple H are good. But I just the storylines for me
I'd like
are...
to point out, guys, no offense, guys, but if you look at any other sport or top of the line business or anything, the majority is usually wrong.
I
NBA,
also disagree
NFL,
with that too.
Majority, you go look in comments, majority of people, wrong. 90%.
But that's
so I would assume it's probably...
That's comments. That's different
than
than
we're talking about. The community, all over social media, all over Twitter, all over this.
But I'm saying that this is one thing where 90% of people enjoyed pro wrestling more when Triple H took over for those 2 years up until Mania 40. After that, he's dropped the ball a lot, and I think a lot of this rage is coming from after Mania 40.
I think also there's... Also, we're talking about the vocals.
Go back and watch 2019. Go back and watch wrestling in 2019.
We're not talking about 90% of everybody. We're talking about 90% of the vocal people.
Yeah, but
it's like politics. Nobody picks up a phone call.
No, but I'm telling you that wrestling got better. There's just no question. It's not even a debate.
I would say
it got better.
What about it got better? Because if you look back at others,
I would say the wrestling got more serious. There's not a lot of corny shit under Triple H.
No, you can't disagree with that. Go back and watch anything from Vince's era.
There might be more, but there's still a lot. That's my point.
Roman Reigns?
That much
Roman Reigns got dog food poured over him. There was
I just said there might be less, but there's still a lot.
Hear me out. Wait, hear me out for a couple of things. One, 2 Elimination Chambers under Vince ended... 2 Hell in a Cell matches ended in disqualification under Vince McMahon. That's fucking bullshit. Hell in a Cell doesn't end in disqualification.
I'm not saying that's not bullshit. We're talking about the overall era.
Vince McMahon had Roman Reigns get dog food poured on him. Vince McMahon had a bunch of crazy shit that no one enjoyed, and people stopped watching wrestling because of it. From 2017 until 2022, no one watched wrestling because it was the dark ages of Vince McMahon going insane. And then
what were those years?
2017 all the way through until 2022. He was good before that, but then all of a sudden he lost his mind.
Because COVID had a big fucking hit. There was no fans for a full year.
Yeah, but also I'd actually say COVID was better than 2019 pro wrestling, and there was no excuse for how bad it was in 2019. It was really bad.
That's fine.
Really, really bad. Triple H made the product get better for about 2 years, and now he's been falling off a little bit. Okay, it has been getting worse.
My hot take was not that Triple H... This hot take was not Triple H is worse than Vince McMahon. It's just Triple H is not the fucking guy. Well, whether it's John Simmons working at Quick Check right now and he should get hired...
Let it get back around to me.
Because there's shit... Fuck Vince McMahon. Triple H era... Maybe it's way better than Vince McMahon. It probably is. That's great. But this shit fucking could be way better.
I don't think we've seen enough.
Finn Balor's not fucking used. Guys on the roster are not even fucking used. The wrong guys are used. The right guys aren't used. You got fucking... Yeah, maybe it's less corny, but it's still fucking corny. I'm tired of hearing fucking Becky Lynch on the mic talking about shit. Get the fuck off my screen. But
that's not really Triple H. That's just Becky's heel turn.
No, you said it. Oh, yes. There's 9 guys at the table, whatever it is, but Triple H has the final say. That's all I had to hear. Everybody can say, all right, 9 guys. All 9 guys are... Okay, I'm not going to do that.
But what is he supposed to say? But what is he supposed to say? Becky's never allowed to turn heel?
No, it's just an example. No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm using an example about half of the shit is ass.
You have to let the performers go out there and try new stuff, and then if it doesn't work, you can it. Which I think they should can the Becky Lynch heel turn because it's not working. But but he should still let them go out there and try new stuff like Becky's heel turn. I just don't think it's worked.
I think whoever should call the shots that Cody Rhodes versus Roman and The Rock and that storyline, like 90% of wrestling I should enjoy watching like I watched that storyline.
I would say it
should not be 99% his ass and here's the 4 minutes and 36 seconds of Raw I'm gonna enjoy.
I would definitely say Triple H's women's division is better than Vince McMahon's women's division.
I think the women's division is low-key better than the men's division.
Right now, yeah, I would say
that's fair enough. And a lot of that comes from Triple H's time booking in NXT. He was the reason why women's wrestling got taken seriously.
Maybe it's not all
his booking in NXT.
And like we don't have, and the men's division is struggling too right now because Triple H isn't bringing in a lot of young guys. I mean,
well, he is. But that's the thing. That's the thing. They're young. He did bring in a bunch of new guys. Oba, Trick, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Dominik Mysterio, Braun Breaker, those are the future of the company. They're just still young right now, so you're not going to respect them.
They're not young, they just suck.
But you're not going to respect them on the level of a John Cena. You're looking at Austin Theory like, he's not John Cena. John Cena in 2002 wasn't John Cena.
No,
John Cena
but I do feel like Austin Theory was overpushed in his come up to the main roster.
Fair enough, but I'm just saying, you're looking at these guys now early in their careers. John Cena was not John Cena until like 2008. So you can't really look at them early in their careers and say, they're never going to be anything. Because no one thought Cena was going to be anything in 2002. So you kind of got to let them grow into that. And those are the guys that are most likely to grow into that one day. They're just still young. We've got a lot of old guys on the roster right now. Punk, Randy, Cody, Roman, they're all 40. Most of the top guys are 40 right now, so...
I mean, Triple H puts together, like, more realistic matches than Vince.
I just felt like Vince was so all over the place, but I get your point that you're not comparing him to Vince. You're just saying you don't like Triple H.
Also, you gotta look at, like you brought it up, you said 2017 to whatever, but that wasn't even a majority of his run. That was towards the end, a short run. How long did Vince run shit?
He became insane at the end. That's the thing. He was really good for a time, but then he got too old and insane.
We're talking about peak Vince.
I feel like I should just say my point, one of mine now, because we're on the topic, because one of mine is Vince was a better producer than Triple H.
That's basically
producer,
like putting quality out.
The thing is, the highest quality Vince ever put out was the Attitude Era, and that was 2 years. The highest quality Triple H ever put out was WrestleMania from right after 28 or right after 38 until 40, which was 2 years. Both of their peaks were only 2 years, and then the general consensus is there was a major fall off after those 2 years. Yeah. So yes, the Attitude Era is at a higher peak, but like, give Triple H a little more time. Like, he's had, like, he ruined John Cena's final run. I get that, and that pisses me off too, but give him one more chance. Let him redeem himself. I feel like you're going to enjoy wrestling over the next year now. I just don't want to see any more pay-per-views
where I know who's going to win every single match every single time.
I also
it was that way with Vince too. You're getting rose-tinted goggles with this one. Vince was that way too.
I'm not saying that that's not true either.
I mean,
it's just like, why?
I didn't mind the 4-year-long reign with Roman. Personally, I don't see anyone else in the coming of years to get anywhere close to even Roman's 4-year mark.
Never.
So if there was anyone to make a run, I feel like Roman should have made that run. I mean...
But that was a lead over from Vince's booking into Triple H's booking. Like, half of Roman's run was in Vince's era. The other half of Roman's run was in Triple H's era.
Because Vince knows what he's doing.
Right, but I also think those first 2 years...
Whoa. I gotta comment on that. Vince waited 10 years to turn Roman Reigns heel. He only turned Roman Reigns heel because of COVID, and there were no fans, so he didn't have to worry about Roman getting booed.
Bro, do you not remember before that?
Vince was not some sort of brilliant mind when it came to Roman's heel turn. He was forced to turn Roman heel because of COVID.
He wasn't forced.
He was never going to.
The WWE had money stars.
He was never going to. If
you remember
wasn't
the Daniel
for COVID.
Bryan year? That was an awesome year. Vince knows how to turn somebody into a star.
Well, also, the reason Daniel Bryan became a star was because Vince resisted Daniel Bryan becoming a star. Daniel Bryan became a star out of spite of Vince not letting him become a star. Every major thing that Vince has done in the past 20 years have been from him not wanting to do something and then being forced into doing it.
But that's what makes the story so much better. Because Triple H has none of that. None of that.
Well, you could say that, but also Triple H did do that with The Rock and Roman and Cody, and that turned out big too.
Before Triple H, people used to watch WrestleMania from the first match all the way to the end. Remember when Daniel Bryan lost to Sheamus?
Yeah.
People still watch it all the way through. It's not that doesn't change. It's more entertaining now. wrestling in general is more, dude. You go back and you watch like WrestleMania 29. The first 3 matches are super boring. It's like Mark Henry.
I think the back end's better.
It's like Mark Henry versus fucking like who was it?
The first half.
But again,
it's like super boring. That's Jack Swagger.
Better.
But again, I don't.
I think a good way to put it, or how I would put it, is if you take 10 matches, five of Vince and Triple H's worst matches, whatever. But Vince's 5 best matches versus Triple H's 5 best matches, for the most part, maybe, like, I think it's better. Like, when it comes to making, not the co-main in the main event, but, like, the 3 matches before that. Like, the meat of the card.
I don't know.
If Vince cooked in the main event, maybe a co-main, but then or Triple H, but then what else? Like, he cooked in the main event, great. He sent the Undertaker, go out there. Paul, can you go, or whatever his name is, go run out there.
I think on average the quality has gone up. I think if you go back and watch,
co-main is AJ Styles
no one wants to watch Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. No one wanted to watch that back then. But Vince demanded that we watched it because he wanted Alberto Del Rio to be this big star.
And no one wanted a star. He was a star. People hated him.
Because Vince forced him to become one. It wasn't something that we accepted. It was something that was forced. Nowadays, it's a lot more of...
It's the same thing now.
I don't even think it's ass. Nowadays, it's a lot more of, you like this guy, we're going to give him a title. Look at Jey Uso. You guys like this guy, we're going to give him a run.
So whatever the majority wants, they're just going to do.
We don't need that.
That's better than everyone wanting something and never getting it. Look at Roman Reigns.
People didn't like Alberto Del Rio, but he was entertaining as fuck. He was entertaining. When he had the dude walk out and put out his name, people didn't like it, but we tuned in because it was entertaining.
Yeah, but you could say that about a lot of guys on the roster now.
We didn't like Jinder Mahal, but Jinder Mahal was cool.
No one wanted Jinder Mahal as WWE champ.
Was funny.
Another damning thing for Vince McMahon is he made Jinder Mahal champ for like 6 months.
But
that is another damning thing to say about Vince.
Indian champion or whatever it was.
Wasn't. Khali was. It had nothing to do with that.
Sucked.
It was just they wanted to move into the Indian market more. It wasn't like he was breaking any ground. They just wanted to move into the Indian market more, and they didn't. It didn't help. So they took the title off of Jinder and then demoted him back to jobber. Because Vince wanted his crazy pet projects. He always did stuff like this, but he never gets the flack that I hear.
Because it worked.
My thing is, Vince was always full of surprises. With Triple H, you're almost to the T. There's no surprises.
That's my problem.
That's fair.
I miss the handicap matches. I miss...
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's all shitty promos unless it's like fucking Seth versus Punk on the mic or some rare thing, or it's fucking like one-on-one with Dominik Mysterio. And guess what? Somebody's gonna come out and shit.
Rose-tinted goggles. You got to go back and watch some old Monday Night Raws,
there's no random handicap, like you just said. There's no the fucking random tables match. AJ Styles versus fucking.
No, but
it's not even used.
I know, but I'm saying you're putting too much stock in those. Go back and actually watch those. They weren't that entertaining. We were kids when we watched them.
No, but
go back and watch them now. They're not that entertaining.
If I go on Raw next week and Triple H, if AJ Styles was still there, and all of a sudden, what happened to the random? Oh, tonight's AJ Styles versus fucking Logan Paul in a tables match. Why not? It's always the same shit. Talk. Nia Jax versus fucking Piper Niven, and then here's the 5 minutes we want to watch.
Honestly, I would rather not even know what the card
just
is.
Just in-ring talent. I'm about to go on. Like, Logan Paul is a great wrestler. He doesn't have to do it all. But other fine talent, Finn Balor, guys in the back, Apollo Crews is on the roster, right? Nobody fucking knows. Like, find the guys who can fight, put together interesting matches. Why do they have a WWE-owned fucking video game, 2K fucking 93, and you got look at all these matches, but we only have singles matches with no fucking stipulations. There's none of that.
But that makes
There's nothing on Raw or SmackDown.
But the point for that is that when you actually get those matches, it means more. If you're getting
but we don't get them.
But we do sometimes.
How often? Once a year?
No, I'm saying if you give away an Extreme Rules or tables match or stuff like that on every Monday Night Raw.
Does that be once every 5?
What happened to the Shield?
You do get it once every 5. You just don't watch every episode of Monday Night Raw. We do, though.
Barely.
You're talking about stuff that you don't even know at this
When was the last time there was a tables match?
Last week on Raw.
Who?
I can't name
no
it,
shot.
but I can tell you
and then before
there was a stipulation match last week on Raw. So it happens. It just doesn't happen as often.
It's not used the right way. It's not used.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next hot take. Next hot take: Cody Rhodes is currently overrated, the most overrated wrestler in WWE, with 390 likes. Cody Rhodes is currently the most overrated wrestler in WWE.
I would have agreed with that a year ago.
Currently the most overrated wrestler in WWE, 390 likes. I think that's a little crazy.
I do say he's a little pushed.
I think it's Jey Uso.
You can make the argument, but I mean, Jey Uso isn't also in the time going against Roman like that.
I'm about to go crazy real quick.
Yes,
just like in terms of big picture, right? Like, what? Like, I mean, all right, on like skills, obviously, you would give it to Cody, but like, why would you push them both? Because they both get a pop from their fucking music. What's the difference between everybody going like this and everybody popping for the American Nightmare fucking music?
The difference is that, one, Cody is a better promo. He's better. He's better in the ring. He goes to more of the behind-the-scenes stuff, so he does the Make-A-Wish stuff. He signs the autographs.
I know what I'm talking about.
He takes the pictures with the kids. But that's a factor that no one wants to take into consideration.
I'll allow that.
It is a factor in it when you're pushing someone to the top. You want them to have those qualities. You want them to go to the Make-A-Wishes.
I agree.
You want them to sign the autographs and meet the kids and go to the live events.
But you could tell somebody to do that.
I know, but that's what you want out of someone, and you want consistency. And Cody is the most consistent on the roster when it comes to that.
But you only want good guys.
But my thing was, he immediately felt like he got a title push as soon as he came back to the company.
Because he was such a big star.
Where's Rusev?
Kind of why.
Right. And after he won that, sure, he goes on his run, he loses it, but getting it back within a period of time.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. He lost it to John Cena. If he loses it to John Cena and then John Cena retires and Cody never gets that win back, now that's just them screaming it at you. Our last generation is 100% better than the new generation. That would be them screaming it at you. But now since Cody beat Cena, it's their way of saying this new generation has now surpassed the old generation. That's their way of saying that. Because if Cena won and then Cody never beat him, we'd all still be saying Cody's such a chump, he lost to the fucking old version of himself.
Would you really say Cody is a completely different generation?
Yes. I mean, he's the top guy of this generation, where Cena was the top guy of that generation.
What generation? Cody's 40 years old. He is Cena's generation.
No.
Who do you mean?
You know what I mean.
But,
No, I don't. I've been watching WWE for a long time.
Cena was the top guy of 2008. What are we talking about? Cody's the top guy of 2026.
Let's split the difference.
There's a 15-year difference.
They're not in the exact same shoes, but like it's not like Cena and Braun Breaker.
What do you mean?
Like Rhodes is. It's not like Rhodes is like fucking like. This is the new like bro. Like they are 8. There's 7 years apart.
Like they push the Vision as something like.
It's different than Cena and Dom.
I'm saying they're top guys in different generations. I'm saying Cena was the top guy of the Ruthless Aggression PG era. Cody is the top guy of this era that we're in now.
It's a lot quicker though.
It's different, and Cody also had so much other stuff. He had to deal with the whole Stardust thing. He left. He rebuilt himself, created an entire company on his own, basically off of his own tweet. One tweet created an entire competition to WWE, which actually made WWE up their game. Cody then left that company that he built, came to the WWE, finished his story. I just think his entire story from the day of Stardust all the way through to now really cements him as like a top guy in the industry. Like he's done things differently than everyone else. You can't name me another guy that's done it like him. Like he's worked his way to the top. Roman had 10 years of being forced to the top and didn't do it until he went natural. No. Cody had to build that on his own. It wasn't forced on people. He built it himself. Where Roman was forced on you until it finally worked.
Roman wasn't forced. I mean, he was with the Shield.
Roman had 6 title matches. Roman had 6 titles before he turned heel, and no one liked any of them.
Because no one had the right storyline.
See, that kind of brings up my point. I'm like, that gets me angry because it's like, was Roman forced? Probably. But like, that's because it was only like that because the fans didn't fucking want it, and the fact that once it hit, it's like, this is why I don't like what the majority says, because Roman's fucking great. But he doesn't show up.
But they were saying
I get that. But like, if it were the fans up to the fans, we would have never had Roman Reigns.
No, but all of the fans were saying the only thing we want is Roman Reigns to turn heel. We'll like him more if he turns heel, and then he turned heel. So a majority of the fans were correct. If he turns heel, we'll like him more. He turned heel, they like him more. Like, the fans were right in that case. They were saying for years.
But that's Roman also when he went on a solo run, though, no? That's when he split from...
No, he was already split from everyone at that point. He was a solo act for, like, years at that point.
He had the interim title.
Only a couple of months before turning heel, he was getting dog food thrown on him by Baron Corbin. Like, not even 5 months before that. Then he turns heel and becomes the hottest act in the industry, and all the fans are like... We told you so. Like, we said this. We said this years ago. That's all it took. But no, Vince just wanted him to be the top babyface, but no one wanted Roman to be that position. The difference is
he didn't even have mic skills then.
But the difference is people are actually hot on Cody Rhodes being top babyface now. They were not hot on Roman Reigns being top babyface back then. And Cody's gotten his pushback, but not as much pushback as when Roman got it. That's my point. Like, the fans will tell you when something's not working. That's the general point that I live by, is when the fans don't like it, it's probably not good. Like, you could tell when they're booing Dom, they actually like booing Dom. But when they're booing, like, I don't know, name someone that they boo and they actually hate, that they actually don't want to watch. Like,
Triple H.
No, Piper Niven. When people boo Piper Niven, it's because they don't want to watch Piper Niven. It's not because they're enjoying booing Piper Niven.
Or
like,
Logan
you can
Paul.
tell the difference.
Think about them booing Logan Paul.
That one's right on
what's
the fence.
the difference?
Half.
What would you say the difference is between booing somebody they actually don't like and like no reaction at all?
I don't know. Well, no reaction at all is the worst.
I know. But I'm saying then like what.
I don't know. I think you could just tell when someone's booing someone because they don't want them on their TV. You could tell there's a difference between that and booing someone because it's fun to boo that person. It's fun to boo Dominik Mysterio. No one's booing him because, oh, boo, we want him out of the company. Maybe Tyler would say, boo, we want Dom out of the company. No one else is booing him for that reason.
Say there's like a segment with the Judgment Day and Dom's not there, right? It's like Finn Balor. Say when Damian Priest was there and Rhea Ripley, whatever. It's when the crowd boos them. Like, what would you determine that to be? Like, how would you?
That's more of heel heat. That's more of just like they're bad guys. We're supposed to boo these guys because they're bad guys.
I think majority of the WWE universe is stupid anyway, because it's like, if we were at an event, right, and the Judgment Day came out, minus Dom's not there, right? Because if Dom was there, whatever. And it's the Judgment Day, or somebody that we just like is like heel, but like we don't really care that much about. We're not gonna be like boo, like we're not gonna be doing that physically.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't know.
Like a lot of it's like stupid.
I definitely feel like there is the ability to just tell when the crowd is actually happy to see someone but they're booing versus when a crowd is not happy to see someone and they're booing. Like, there's just you can just tell the difference. I don't know. There's no way to really describe it other than just like
errors definitely did it better too.
So I don't think Cody Rhodes is overrated. I think that he is just the top guy and he's rated exactly where he's supposed to be in the company. Like, maybe you could say he shouldn't be WWE champ anymore, and I agree. Once he loses to Randy, maybe take a step back. But right now, he's the top guy. I mean, who else should be in the main event of WrestleMania right now? Would you rather see Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton main event Mania? Probably not. No.
Sounds cool.
The better story is Randy versus Cody. That's the better story.
You've got the
American Nightmare versus the Viper.
Well, not even. You have
the protege versus the mentor.
Right. Because Randy coached Cody,
brought him into the first match ever. Cody's first match in WWE. Randy Orton.
When are we gonna get a Roman versus Seth match? Like, I want to see it.
That's gonna come. That's gonna be main event of WrestleMania one year. I believe it.
Probably next year.
And maybe finally Roman Reigns will finally get a win over Seth Rollins. He has 0 wins over Seth to this day. So maybe he'll finally get a one-on-one win over him. But you're probably gonna root for Seth, aren't you?
I don't know. I have to see how the story
exactly. You got to see how the story plays out. All right, hot take, Elijah. Let's hear it. Yeah, we'll do one more each, maybe. Pick your.
Says
next
The Rock doesn't belong in the top 10 best wrestlers of all time.
Ooh, where'd you find that?
This is under the comments.
You got a screenshot.
And you disagree with that, right?
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay.
Sinelli.
All right, just at the end, send them all to me. Your guys will pop up on the screen. So if we don't read your name, it's on screen, so you'll be able to still see it.
This is a guy, a black guy.
Wow, his own boy, man. It'd be the ones closest to you.
Yeah, really. All right.
Nah, that's crazy.
So do you agree with it or not?
I disagree.
Of course. Okay, The Rock is top 5 all time. He's not even outside of the top 10. He's literally top 5 all time.
Top 5.
Top 5.
I mean, 5.
We're talking Stone Cold.
Okay.
John Cena.
You gotta stop doing that, man.
What?
I know it's not in order, but you gotta put the go
It's
first.
in order.
Bro.
No, it's in order. It's in order.
Whatever.
I'm going in order.
Whatever.
I specifically made sure I went in order. Stone Cold.
Who's your number 1?
John Cena.
Okay.
This is John Cena. It's Stone Cold.
Fucking
Stone Cold, John Cena, Hulk Hogan. To this day, Stone Cold has sold more merch than John Cena.
Give a shit.
Stone Cold, John Cena, Hulk Hogan. Then The Rock. Maybe 4.
Over HBK?
Yes. I think
over Taker?
I think there'd be a couple people before HBK and Taker. Yeah. I think we're talking like Ric Flair before both of them.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair over who?
Over Undertaker and HBK.
What?
Oh my god.
Are you crazy?
16-time world champ.
Over HBK, yeah. Over the Undertaker, nah.
That was close.
The streak of The Undertaker definitely puts The Undertaker
that's
pretty
close.
high up.
That's close.
I would argue Ric Flair is the most overrated WWE superstar ever to exist. Ever.
That's a hot take. You're gonna get
he's
a lot
like
of
the
people
80s John Cena.
No, there's
Ever.
Bret Hart exists. Bret Hart exists.
The sharpshooter?
Bret Hart is the most overrated WWE wrestler of all time.
What?
Gotta put that one out there. More than Ric
It's
Flair.
Goldberg. It's Goldberg.
I'm not trying to say it, but it goes. It's up there.
People give Bret Hart the credit for stuff that Ric Flair did first. That's how overrated Bret Hart is. Ric Flair did it all first. Bret Hart gets the credit. How?
He beat Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his technical ability, his like down to earth kind of like I'm a grappler. I'm gonna beat you in the ring. Like Ric Flair was doing that shit way before you, Bret. Like why are people giving him the credit? I don't know. All right, Tyler, hot take. You have any more?
In my opinion,
I do. But go ahead if you want to continue your thought.
go check out the MMA 2-year anniversary video, hot takes. But I think personally that this video is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's getting pretty heated.
this one is getting a lot more heated.
I like it.
The last one was pretty tame, but then again, we're talking about people who actually like fight professionally. In the last one, where like you kind of
This is kind of funny. This is a social experiment. This shows you it's really just opinions.
in MMA, you could kind of have to like not like go too hard because there's always something you don't know.
It's like Tom Aspinall is better than John Jones. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. John Cena will fucking smoke Stone Cold.
Because I mean, pro wrestling is something that everyone can really talk about, whether you know about it or not. Like in MMA, like if you don't know, if you didn't watch all of Tom Aspinall's fights, then you have no context on if he beats John Jones or not.
Yeah.
Where in WWE, you don't have to watch every John Cena promo to still know he's one of the GOATs. One of the GOATs. Top two GOATs, Jake.
Number one.
If he says so. All right, Tyler. Hot take time.
I don't really know all of a sudden if this is a hot take.
Wait, hold on real quick. Just retract before we go back, and you go right to it. When you were saying the top 5, did you not mention Hulk Hogan?
I did.
He did.
He was number 4. He was number 4.
Okay.
He's definitely above, like, The Rock.
You're lying, brother.
No, he's above The Rock. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
Randy Orton is the best heel ever.
Yeah, I could agree.
That's not
off
bad.
the top of my head, top 3.
Slippery, slimy Orton, punt kicking everybody.
Women.
I don't think that's
babies.
a hot take. I think if you're in the top 3 heels of all time, then that's not a hot take. Like saying he's the
Who would compete
greatest.
with that?
I think you give right now, no, but you give him 5 more years. MJF competes with that. In WWE specifically, I don't know. Randy Orton was a bad man. Triple H was a really bad guy. He invaded Randy Orton's house, but I think he was the face in that feud actually. Yeah, I think it's like Triple H, Randy Orton. Those are like. I mean, people are gonna say Ric Flair. We don't have as much experience with heel Ric Flair as most people do. Batista, nah. I mean, he fucking beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio one time, but he spent most of his career as face. I don't know. John Cena, 2025, real good heel.
I was just gonna make that joke. I was just gonna make that.
Zach Gowen.
I don't think he was ever heel. I think it is Randy Orton.
Hot take: Bray Wyatt, top 5 heel of all time.
Top 2.
Nah, 5. Top 5. He's good. He's a good heel. Not tough. 2.
I think
We're talking Triple H and Randy Orton.
I don't think.
Bray
I
Wyatt
don't
was
think Bray
alive.
Wyatt should have ever been babyface. I think he was someone
I think
who
there
was
was
always been.
no. There was a time and a place for it. There was definitely a time and a place for him as
Husky
babyface.
Harris? Well, he was
Because
Husky
if you hate someone for
Husky
long enough,
Harris was like before the big blow up though. That was with the Nexus.
Yeah.
You know, Bray Wyatt was good. The Firefly Funhouse was not good.
Wait, who was the
what?
leader?
That's a hot take.
Who was the
His
leader of the
match with
Nexus?
John Cena? Like that Firefly
saying
Funhouse match with John
that
Cena?
persona for me was I did not like that at all.
Like the Fiend?
Like when he did the.
Oh my God, you're giving out the biggest hot take we've heard so far. I think I don't even want to respond to that. I think I'll just let the comments respond to that one. That's crazy. You said
I
that.
did not like the Firefly Funhouse.
Wow, that's
the Randy
crazy.
Orton match was good, but I didn't
Randy
like
Orton,
all
like-
the extra shit.
Like the farmhouse match where they fought at the farm and stuff. There was a living tractor or something. They had a match. I don't expect you to remember it. All right, let's move on. Who's next?
Logan Paul's a top 3 in-ring wrestler in the whole company.
Logan Paul. Nah, he's definitely really good.
I'd say he's
in-ring.
top 3 most exciting to watch. But But even then, that top 5.
I mean, now that
most
AJ
exciting to watch.
Now that AJ retired, that does bump him up another spot. But we're talking like Seth.
But I mean, who else are we gonna watch? Do high flying shit.
Trying to think.
Dude, I'm the
technical.
biggest Seth fan in the house, and
I'd say even technical wise, Penta might be better than Logan Paul in ring. But like we're talking,
I'm not liking that.
No, I mean you could not like Penta, but still accept that he's a really good wrestler in the ring. Like technique for technique, blow for blow, he looks more realistic than Logan Paul does in my opinion.
I'd rather see him in a lucha fight than.
What does that mean? Like in AAA, just keep him. He's the Intercontinental Champ now. He's got to be on Raw.
He's the IC champ.
Yeah, he beat Dom.
No
He beat Dom. See, you don't watch enough Monday Night Raw. That's why
of those reasons.
That's why you don't think that stuff happens. Stuff happens all the time.
I think you made that shit up. I want to see after this. You pulled up last week that there was a tables match.
Actually, the match with Drew McIntyre versus Cody, when Cody won back the WWE title, he did put Drew McIntyre through a table. So I just want to point that out. That was literally 2 weeks ago.
Not a tables match. Put him through a table.
He did put him through a table. So. I'm just saying. What's better, going through a table and then the match ending, or going through a table and then the match continues?
All the matches that could be created aren't created.
Whatever you say.
Rey Mysterio versus Big Show in that tables match was one of the best matches ever.
That come with it.
Let's get back to what you were saying. The Logan Paul top 3. I think people are going to disagree with you, but I think he has a conversation to say he's one of the better wrestlers in the
WWE on the roster. Top 3 in-ring wrestler right now.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I think Cody and Seth are both better in ring, personally. But then he would be.
Where's this third guy? That's top 3.
I think he's better than Roman in the ring. That's a hot take, but I think he is better than Roman in the ring.
But again, he's more athletic than Roman. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's more entertaining to watch.
Hey, Tom Brady would say, you don't need to be that athletic, though.
You're a duck. You call him a duck.
Did he?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. But I just know that Logan Paul had a flag football game with Tom Brady, and Logan Paul did better in that flag football game than Tom Brady would in a match in WWE. Just saying. That's not even a hot take.
Well, no shit.
Tom Brady's like 45.
Yeah, but Tom Brady was complaining like, oh yeah, like WWE guys, they can't come into our shit and do what we do, but we could. But your shit is so easy. He was basically making it sound like, oh, WWE is so easy. NFL guys can come in there and do shit easy.
Hold on. Let me just clarify. Putting on a rubber band with a flag on is different than wearing 40 pounds of football.
I agree, but you can't tell me that Logan Paul in an actual football game wouldn't still be better than Tom Brady in WWE.
No,
like
not at all.
Logan Paul would look better on the field than Tom Brady would look in a ring.
Probably.
Yes.
Because he's bigger. Because he's
a receiver or a tight end.
Logan Paul was also an all-state wrestler, all-state football player too.
Okay, I think Tom Brady's referring to just them both in their own fields, like in terms of success and like.
Yeah, I know Tom Brady is going to be higher level success.
And not even that, just like the competition.
You got to think about in retrospect. Tom Brady is a quarterback. He's not really an athlete. He's a quarterback. If you think like athlete and like quarterback, you would compare Logan Paul to someone like Patrick Mahomes. Someone like Patrick Mahomes.
But Patrick Mahomes is also a quarterback.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes
think Logan does better in football than Mahomes would do in wrestling.
I agree. I think you could say that about any position in the NFL. Logan Paul does better in any position in the NFL, in any position in football, than any NFL player does.
I wouldn't put Logan on the line at all. I'd put him at second.
I put him on the line more than a lot of other WWE guys. Logan's one of the bigger guys in WWE.
The NFL is the best athletes in the world.
But that's not my point. I'm saying Logan Paul would get creamed.
Actually, no. They wouldn't. If we're talking about on the line, because Tom Brady could throw a few fake punches, Logan Paul's on his back every single play.
Well, I'm just saying, Logan Paul would look shit in the NFL, but I'm saying Tom Brady would look more shit in the ring. He would look like he would look terrible.
Not if you put him in a certain scenario.
He's a quarterback.
Well, that's the thing. Also, in WWE,
so it goes both ways.
In WWE, you could protect the talent and make their assets look better and make their flaws look non-existent.
Exactly.
Because that's how WWE is.
Exactly. That's why you can't really judge it.
I mean, Tom Brady also had to cheat twice to win, so.
I think Logan Paul could do more things that Tom Brady can do than the other way around. Do you agree with that?
Have you seen Tom Brady's 40 times?
Logan Paul can do more things that Tom Brady can do than Tom could do that Logan can.
They're aligned.
Like Tom Brady can't do a moonsault off the top rope.
No shit.
He can't.
90% of the wrestlers can't do a moonsault off the top rope.
I mean, come on now. Logan Paul could probably throw a 40-yard throw.
Without a doubt.
Perfectly. Like. Maybe not in high-pressure football games, but he's going to land that throw more often than Tom Brady does anything in the ring.
Nah, that's a horrible.
Like physics-wise, like physique-wise,
This isn't going to go anywhere.
I think Logan would do better in any position than Tom because Tom was never athletic.
I think that Tom Brady is not the person to be talking. That's my basic point.
I think Tom Brady was just trying to say that to not even like subtract Logan Paul from wrestling in his career and subtract Brady from his career. They're talking about the careers and the fields they're talking about. Yeah. Tom Brady was trying to say, I think, that it's harder to be successful and go up against that level of competition than to be.
I disagree with that
because one, it's numbers. Two, there's more involved, and three, there's a lot more physically that goes into it.
More people have Super Bowl rings than people have been at WrestleMania.
That's not.
It's true.
That's not what I'm arguing.
It's easier to become high level in football than it is to become high level in WWE.
It's not. Especially not nowadays.
No.
Especially not nowadays.
Well, then argue my point.
How many people end up going to the NFL?
No, argue my point. Then there's more people that have NFL Super Bowl championship rings than WWE stars have been at WrestleMania.
But that's a team sport.
But that's the highest level in WWE. Is if you make it at WrestleMania, then you're at the highest level of the sport. More people have Super Bowl rings than have been to WrestleMania. So it's easier to get a Super Bowl ring than it is to make it onto WrestleMania.
No, I think I have to go more in depth. I think Tom Brady was trying to say it's harder to you lace up the boots, you lace up the cleats, you put the pads on, you put the gear on, and you train every day. You go through college, you make it to the WWE, which NXT. You make it to WWE, you make it to the NFL. You make a roster spot, you make a WWE roster spot. You succeed in that for 10 plus years. You succeed in that for 10 plus years, and you have a great career and one of the best of all time in both. It's harder in the NFL than in the WWE.
I completely disagree.
And the numbers are actually
probably disagree.
The numbers are actually
the amount of
relatively close.
You can
name
train
the amount of top
WWE.
guys. Name the amount of top guys that have ever been in WWE. You'd have a list of 10 guys.
There's also less of a crowd.
Name the amount of greatest football players of all time. You're going to have a list of 25 at least.
I have something for your argument.
There's no contest. It is harder to become top level in WWE. But it's harder to win the WWE Championship than it is to win the Super Bowl.
Listen to this argument, right?
Win the Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl.
Win the Super Bowl.
Because it all depends on schedule.
It is harder to win the WWE title than it is to win the Super Bowl.
Look at Logan Paul.
That is unarguable.
Statistically, maybe.
Hold on.
Statistically, that's my point.
Look at Logan Paul. He has played good football. He was an All-American football player. It was not enough for him to go D1 in college to
he
get
also got
to
an
the
injury.
NFL.
He also got an injury.
But you got to think about it. Most NFL players have been playing football since they were 5. You can be a regular guy and go into WWE.
Most wrestlers wrestle 7 days a week.
Though, but that injury is what sidelined him.
Guys, most wrestlers wrestle 7 days a week until they make it to WWE. We're not talking they wrestle.
You can do that as an adult.
We're not talking they wrestle like 3 times a day or 3 times a week. We're talking these guys grind every single day, multiple times a day, every day until they make it to WWE. That could be 10 years. That could be 10 years before you make it to WWE, grinding every single day. It's not even a question. WWE. It's hard to become high level in WWE.
There are college people that are pushing 40 still playing college football because they have not made it.
And that's fine. There's still 40-year-old people that wrestle in front of 20 people at a high school.
I'm gonna bring up a point that kind of supports both arguments. I feel like there's also a factor where it's like a part of for WWE and football is 2 different things because a part of WWE is there's a part of it that isn't your say. The NFL and football is strictly you can do it, you will do it. WWE, somebody has to buy into you.
But also,
so that's WWE, a part that you have to work for, but also you don't have control over.
I feel like
more injuries in football.
If you're good at ball, you're good at ball. If you're good at wrestling, somebody has to buy into it.
How many WWE guys have gone to football? How many guys have?
I don't think that's the argument. That's a bad argument.
Actually, more people from the NFL have went to WWE.
Because either way, you haven't trained your entire life to become high level in that sport. So it doesn't matter either way.
But you gotta think about
my basic point is that there's
Brock
Lesnar. That's not what I was talking
about. Roman Reigns, all from the NFL, going to the WWE.
Okay, and
the point
that makes my point.
My point is
that makes my point. You're talking about high level guys that went in football. And then went to WWE.
But this is my thing. Actually, that might be your point. They just walked into the WWE.
But this is my thing.
Well, they didn't walk into the WWE. Brock was in wrestling first.
You know what I mean?
But Brock is an amazing football player. But what I'm saying is like, you have to, like, you can be an adult and then go be a WWE wrestler and do that. You can't just be some regular average Joe and just get off the couch and go play football and get ran over by a 300-pound lineman.
I agree that there is more of a aspect of you could get picked out of the crowd and become big. Hold on, give me a second. There is an aspect in WWE where you could get picked out of the crowd and become a big star overnight.
Right.
Where you can't get that in football. it's impossible in football to just get picked out of a crowd and become a big star overnight and become one of the best.
You got to put that work in. You want to be like a no
in WWE, there is a higher chance that you get picked out of a crowd and become WWE champion the next day.
Oh.
But I'm just saying that is not what happens most of the time. Most of the time, 99% of wrestlers ever, 99.999999999% of wrestlers ever have not even had a match at WrestleMania. They haven't won a title in the WWE.
How do you think they get the Super Bowl?
We're talking 99.9.
Justin Jefferson.
We're talking 99.999999999 infinite amount have not won the WWE title.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is what you can take NFL players and you can take their athleticism and translate it into being a good wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I think that being a good wrestler is more than just the physicals, right? You have to have personality. You have to have the right gear. You have to have the right fans. I just feel like between the two of them, physical wise, you can kind of say they're even. But for WWE, you need more of a personality to make it as far as the more of the physicals.
I agree.
I mean,
which also has a lot more aspects to it.
Logan Paul also had a big following before coming to the WWE.
Which
he
added
was
a
a
lot.
good wrestler, but his online presence definitely had his back up to being pushed with the WWE.
Also, another thing. In the NFL right now, out of all the guys that are playing football right now on any roster, on any team, what percent of them by the end of their career are going to win a Super Bowl by the end of their career?
Probably less than 1%.
Of all the players playing right now, like 45 guys win the Super Bowl at a time.
53-man roster.
53 men at a time win the Super Bowl. We're talking these are going to be higher numbers.
Wait, if you take all 53-man roster right now,
by the
32,
end of each
whatever
man's
number
career.
it is, 600 guys in the NFL, whatever it is, every one of those guys, when they retire, when they're all done, filtered out, it's a new 600, they're all retired. What percent of that 600 will have a ring?
Yeah.
35%, maybe?
It'll be
at least 20%.
But only 22
but we're
of them
talking
play.
about WWE. In WWE right now.
Not even at the same time, though, and some of them are both sides of the ball.
But now take everyone in WWE, AEW, NXT, TNA, all the wrestlers right now. How many of them that are wrestling right now do you honestly think are going to win the WWE title? We're talking probably 10. 10 out of the hundreds of guys.
I agree.
There's going to be 10 guys.
But you got to think about it. There are some players that are on teams that go to the Super Bowl who have never played it down that whole season, but they still get a ring.
And sometimes you get a Jinder Mahal who's never played it down in WWE, but still got a ring.
Like
3-man band?
Sometimes you get that shit in WWE too. So,
but like even when I played, the water girls get rings.
Yeah.
You know, so it's more than just the team that gets a ring.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a debate to be had, but I just see it from a numbers and statistics standpoint.
Say Super Bowl
it's almost not
MVP. Super Bowl
you could
MVP
say
to
that's
WWE.
different. Then we're having a conversation.
You
Super
could say
Bowl
there's-
MVP, but that only
Tom
happens
Brady
one time a year.
has 4
But that
Super Bowl
only-
MVPs.
but that only-
I think
but-
5.
But that only happens one time a year.
What, Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah.
Just like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just like the WWE Championship for
Well, the
WrestleMania.
WWE Championship is different.
That could be switched numerous times a year.
You could do it multiple times in a year. For the MVP for the Super Bowl, that is a one-time-a-year position where only... How many Super Bowls have there been? Like 58?
Like 3?
Something like that? Something like that?
Yeah,
There's only been like 50 whatever Super Bowl MVPs, which would be a more comparable number to the amount of WWE champions there's ever been. That would be a more comparable number.
I could argue that the percentage to get a ring is higher than to get the championship. Because
that's why this argument's not going to go anywhere, because we're talking about an individual sport and a 53-man sport. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's 53 men and 1 man. Like you can't. It's like saying like.
Yeah,
I flip pancakes better than you drive a car. Like,
I'm saying it's easier to get carried to a Super Bowl than it is to win a title. That's my basic point.
You're saying
it's easier to win a Super Bowl because you can get carried by your team to a Super Bowl. Where if you want to win the WWE title, that's like fucking 25 years of dedication to the sport.
But that's my point.
Before you even get to the title.
It's not. It doesn't really make sense either way.
Not for WWE.
You can't argue this. They don't understand. You can't argue this. Like, you can technically, but you can't at the same time, because it's different perspectives. Because you could say it's harder to win the WWE Championship and harder to win the Super Bowl for Logan Paul and Tom Brady, who are both in control. And then you talk about Akira Tozawa and John Smith, who will never play it down, and he's the 53rd
so is it
guy.
harder to get to the NFL or the WWE?
It's harder to get to the WWE. That's just
Than
roster
the NFL?
standpoint. Yeah, that's just a roster standpoint. Like they have so many guys in the NFL. They have like 10 times the amount of roster that the WWE
not
has.
the practice squad. I'm talking about the dudes that actually get on the field and play Sunday nights.
We're talking like 10 times the amount of people. And
bro, you know how hard it is?
I don't know about. It's not 10 times the amount of people.
What the WWE roster has like 56 people on it. The NFL roster.
You were just talking about WWE, TNA, NXT. Are we talking about WWE? We're talking about pro wrestling.
If we talk about pro wrestling in general, then there's going to be a lot. But I don't know. It's definitely a hard conversation.
Because then you got to bring in the NBA too. Like, why do the NBA players get paid so much? Because there's 15 guys on the roster, 5 to 9 guys.
But I also feel like you can compare apples to oranges.
The whole world.
Like I can compare winning a Super Bowl to winning an Oscar.
I think two things can be true at once.
If we tried to, we could argue winning an Oscar is harder than winning the Super Bowl. Like you could have an apples to oranges conversation about anything.
There's no one argument to this because there's different roles.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree. It's a hard.
I'm
just trying to put out the devil's advocate position and defend Logan Paul for a second because I see a lot of people hating on Logan, and I think that he has some points in there. There are definitely some points on both sides. So
I think that whole thing. I think that whole thing with Tom Brady and Logan Paul started simply because did you see when they were talking to each other? Logan Paul's bugging out the way he's speaking to Tom Brady. Like the shit he was saying wasn't making sense either.
Yeah.
He was talking about NFL players like first listen, WWE superstars. They bust their ass. You could argue that some of them bust their ass harder or just as hard as NFL players, any sport. But at the end of the day, he's talking to them like they're both real and they're not.
You could also think
as if a linebacker, like it's fake and it's real.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare that.
I could also say that Logan had an easier time getting into the WWE only for the simple fact of the following he had going in, as to where Tom Brady got drafted 199th overall. They did not think he was going to be good, and then look what he put out.
But like I said, there is that aspect in WWE where you could get snatched out of the crowd and win the WWE title. Like I'm not denying that.
He had a background. Tom Brady didn't necessarily have a great background. He played college.
Who ripped ass from?
Not me.
Look at it like this.
Nobody smell that shit?
Look at it like this, right? Logan Paul had 19 touchdowns, right? The top running back in the NFL had 97 in his freshman year. Freshman year. Logan Paul is nowhere near NFL level.
I agree, but Tom Brady is nowhere near WWE level either. So you made that argument too. You can make the argument either way. Tom Brady will never have a match.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing. Tom Brady is not that great of an athlete. He's a great quarterback.
Yeah, we've had this conversation out. All right. Next hot take.
Where were we?
I think physically Logan performs better than Tom.
We're done with this conversation, Tyler.
Everybody gaslight him. All right, relax.
Logan Paul is more athletic. He is.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
All right, next hot take. Tiffany Stratton clears Rhea Ripley in every aspect of professional wrestling.
Every aspect?
This is a wrong take. By Duck Sathomi.
We'll get back to that take, by the way, because I'm still
we'll get back to that off camera. We're going to talk more about the Logan Paul thing off camera. We're on a new topic now. No one wants to hear us talk about that shit all day. All right, Tiffany Stratton clears Rhea Ripley in every aspect of professional wrestling. It's just not true. Not in the ring, not on the mic, not in charisma, not in fan engagement, not in social media engagement, not in any aspect. There's literally nothing that Tiffy has over Rhea.
Because looks don't matter in wrestling.
I was literally about to say the only thing is she's prettier. That's the only thing.
You can make an argument too that it's not the case, that with or without makeup.
But it doesn't matter in WWE how it does matter how attractive you are on the most part. A lot of the WWE performers are attractive on most part because you're on camera all day. But when you're talking about the top of the top most attractive people in the company, it really doesn't matter anymore. You're coming down to in-ring ability, mic skills, fan attention, all of that. Rhea Ripley has it all. Literally not even a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, she, whatever the fuck her name is.
Tiffany?
Yeah. Got a lot of her momentum once she won the title. She was kind of stagnant because she was with a tag team when she started, right?
She was with Nia Jax, and she had the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. Nia won the title, and then Tiffy cashed in on Nia, turning face on Nia and winning the title.
She's had a good storyline, but Rhea's also been around longer to give us more than we've seen from Tiffy.
I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shit on Tiffany Stratton. I'm just saying Rhea's better in every aspect. Yeah.
So, I mean,
even her finisher is better. Like what Tiffany just has.
The only thing Tiffany's done that Rhea had.
I think we all agree. I think we should go to the next hot take. It doesn't deserve the entertainment. Tom Brady and Logan Paul took up 65 minutes. So I think it's time to get an actual hot
Money in the
take
Bank, right?
Nah.
So that's the only thing Tiffany has done that Rhea hasn't done.
But Tiffany hasn't won the world title. She's won the WWE title, not the world title.
Who's up next? Can I just throw one out there, or is Elijah up?
I think Elijah's up.
I don't even have it.
All right.
Tapped out. I want to go back to Logan Paul.
No, we're talking about that off camera. You can talk about all you want off camera. We're moving on to the next
hot take. LA Knight is extremely overrated.
That's a hot take I can get behind.
I don't even know what that is.
Good point.
That's
why it's overrated.
LA Knight has been very overrated recently. I like, people really want to see him win the Money in the Bank or the Elimination Chamber or a Rumble or anything, but like, he is so forgettable. You brought this up on Raw the other day when we were watching. You were just like, "Oh, LA Knight's still on the roster. I forget every time." Me too. Like,
my biggest thing with LA Knight is the fact that he shits on Jay for a 4-letter word that's like the same. Stone Cold.
Yeah, but that's why
before LA did.
But that's why people shit on it, is because it's all a copy of Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I think that LA Knight is fine, but also his promos are overrated.
His wrestling skills need to be a tad bit better.
His wrestling skills are overrated. Like, he's not
Logan
the best
Paul
wrestler.
did come out recently with that last major slip in that corner for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but that's gonna happen. But LA Knight slips a lot. Like,
but it's the same move he slips on. It's the same thing where he goes to jump up to the top rope in the corner. But that's not even the only thing.
I just think in general he doesn't look as clean as a lot of the roster when he's wrestling.
No, he doesn't.
Like, move for move, he's just not one of the better technical wrestlers on the roster. And then when we talk about promos, LA Knight slips up on his promos all the time. He tries to make these very intricate things where he's like, let me talk to you. Whoa, you're gonna do this and scuttlebutt all over the WrestleMania, and then he'll mess up on his words.
I don't think he should be a serious. He shouldn't be serious. He tries to be way too serious in his promos.
I think he tries to be too goofy. I think it's the exact opposite. I think he's not serious enough. I think he's too goofy in his promos. He tries to throw in jokes, and that's when he throws himself off.
When he comes down and goes, "Let me talk to you."
Well, that's his catchphrase. You gotta say everyone has a catchphrase.
I understand that, but I'm saying, like, when I hear that, I'm not thinking serious. I'm thinking he's better come out here and spat some bullshit and go about his merry way.
He usually calls someone a cuttlefish bumblebutt, and then he says yeah, and then leaves. And he'll usually mess something up in his promo. He'll talk fast. He talks as fast as I do, but he has this scripted thing that's so elaborate that, like, when he's talking, he's slipping up on his words.
He forgets what his script is.
And I like LA Knight. It's just that he's not on that level. He's a mid-carder. Why can't he win the IC title? Everyone wants LA Knight to win a world title so bad. Why not start with the IC title? Like, he's been US champ. Get the IC title, and then start making your way up. He's just not on that level yet as, like, a Seth. Him and Seth in the main event of Mania, or main event,
makes no sense.
Sense.
That's a conclusion Roman, you already know.
Him and Cody, just none of those matches seem like main event of WrestleMania.
No, they just because the majority would already say Seth beats LA Knight and Cody beats LA Knight.
All right, I got another hot take. You ready? Jinder Mahal had a better reign than every Drew McIntyre title reign.
I agree.
It was longer than all of his
Let me tell you Drew McIntyre's reigns. He won the title he won the title from Brock Lesnar during COVID, held it during COVID, lost it to Randy, won it back, and then lost it to The Miz. So
The Miz?
Both of those reigns weren't great, and they were both in 2020 during COVID, so not great. Then he won the title for 2 minutes. Got cashed in on by Damian Priest. That's a shit reign. And then his title reign this year, where he beat Cody, did nothing but beat Sami Zayn, got beat up by Cody a bunch of weeks, and then lost it right back to Cody. Jinder Mahal's title reign was better than any one of Drew McIntyre's title runs. People are going to hate it.
Jinder put on a good show, too, especially
Jinder put on very shitty shows, but it's better than putting on no show with Drew.
I thought Jinder had a lot of aura.
I didn't think he was... I didn't think he was terrible.
I thought he was tough.
The issue with that is, though, you had the Shield around that time. You had the Wyatt family around that time. Like, you had a lot more popular people than Jinder Mahal.
I think Jinder Mahal should have been in the Roman Reigns role. He should have held the title for 3.5 years. No, I'm just kidding.
That would have been a great reign, man.
Turn it into a fucking chamber.
People would still say that Cody Rhodes is more overrated because people hate Cody.
Because people hate on greatness.
Does anyone else have any, or should I throw it out for the last one?
I got one more.
All right, go for it.
Actually, 2 more. 1.5.
Go for it.
Seth Rollins is better than CM Punk all time. I said
Agreed.
I said it.
Seth is better
On the
than CM
mic,
Punk.
I disagree. Every other aspect, I agree.
Which trumps
On
the mic. I'm
no,
sorry.
I feel like a big aspect of WWE is your mic work. I mean, if you don't have good mic work, then you might never get taken seriously in WWE. Seth at least has good mic work.
Roman didn't have good
CM
mic
Punk
work
has
for
great-
years. I wouldn't even say he has good mic work
which
now.
is part of the reason why people hated on him for so long.
Roman?
yeah,
Roman.
Roman doesn't need
And
mic
notice
work.
how he only became a big deal when Paul Heyman started to speak for him.
I mean, anybody's going to become a big deal when it's Paul Heyman. It's
Nah,
Paul
Curtis
Heyman.
Axel, Ryback.
Chris Axel was a goat.
Curtis Axel and
Curtis Axel
Ryback.
was a goat. Ryback just sucks. He just hurts people. But Chris,
Hey, watch
Heyman-
my man.
Paul Heyman does
Feed
not
more.
always give the rub to people. Doesn't always work that
He
way.
rubs their thigh in the back.
feed.
All right, give your other half of your...
All right, I want to finish with this.
Go for it. I got one
is-
last
what-
one, and it's a full circle moment to what
Hold on.
Tyler
Fuck,
started
small. I'm
with.
trying to read. Oh yeah, Tyler could beat CM Punk in a fight. That's right.
Oh, he already had that one though.
No, I wanted to say it again.
Oh, okay. I agree.
Tyler could beat CM Punk in a fight.
Fair enough.
Wrestling, I don't know. They might script it another way.
Yeah, they would script it for Punk to win, but
Yeah.
in
I'm
MMA,
putting on
Not
a
if I was
good
running the
match
show.
though, like a good debut match, and definitely put one on.
it would be so funny to watch him
fun
fight
fact,
Punk.
one of my
UFC, I'm winning. WWE,
Did you know that one of my dad's towel boys back in the day? One of my dad's towel boys at the store. He had a fight on SmackDown. He was like a jobber. They threw
he's
in
like
there.
a jobber?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Nuts.
Well, got to get him on the podcast, interview him about how
I
it's
don't
like
remember
there.
his name or who. My dad probably doesn't remember.
All right, last hot take of the day. Thank you for coming for our 2-year anniversary episode. Last hot take. The company needs to make Dominik Mysterio the face right now. He has John Cena level potential. Turn him face, put him on the chase for one of the top titles, and watch the ratings grow. It has 9 likes, and it's from Elias, a guy named Elias. I commented underneath and I said, now you're speaking my language. Dom is already the GOAT, my favorite wrestler. That got 3 likes. So how do we feel? Is this a hot take? Dominik Mysterio is the future face of the company. John Cena level potential and will make the ratings go up if he chases the title.
Hold on, let me speak first.
Go for it.
All of that is just great.
Okay.
But you need to remove John Cena level potential right now before like the sun burns out. And
It's so hot. It's
so
literally
ridiculous.
the sun.
It's so ridiculous.
The sun
I
can
can't
burn
even
out
imagine.
because that take was so hot. It's basically as
It's
hot
the
as the
sun.
sun.
We have 2 suns. It needs to burn out because it's our sun now.
No, I think that Dominik
The rest is
Mysterio,
fine. I don't really give a shit.
maybe
but-
John Cena level potential might be pushing it a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
No. The fact that right now,
I think he
on the
could
roster, nobody's John Cena level potential right now. And the fact that you say Dom is just crazy to me.
personally, I think he
There
could
might be somebody outside of the company that's coming up right now, but inside the company, nobody is. And for you to say Dom is, you need to just remove yourself from
He
everywhere.
will probably be the face of the company one day. Like
That's
we're talking
fine.
like center of the buses.
He can
like,
be
you know,
face of
those-
the company for
you know
12
those
years.
buses
That's
and
still
like
not John
posters and
You
like
can make the argument for Logan, honestly. If
It
Logan
will
really,
be- No, I'm
they're
telling
gonna
you.
be the top 2
gonna
in the
be
next
Logan,
7-8 years.
But that's if Logan sticks around for that long.
I
You
think
never
he does.
know.
He's
Yeah, but
what 29.
You brought that up.
You
No,
never
my-
know when he might quit though.
My opposition would be, what is he gonna do though? Like,
Who?
what is he gonna? I know he has enough money to sit on a beach,
Anything.
but like, what is
He's
he
got
gonna
his
do?
podcast.
with his
It really
life?
just
but-
comes down to how much passion
be
he
an
has for it.
influencer?
I mean, he's a full-time wrestler.
I
right now.
think he's
Like,
got the passion
every.
to go.
He's
I
wrestled
mean,
every week for the last.
What's gonna be
year,
like his
so-
career? Like he's just gonna keep bouncing around a podcast. He's not gonna be a movie star. I doubt it. He's not gonna
No.
be an actor.
No.
He's not gonna be a fucking what? A business? Like he's already
No,
like what?
yeah.
Like, what is
He's
he gonna
got time.
do?
I mean,
what
he's
is he
got
gonna do?
business.
Like what's his number one thing gonna be?
Retire and become a dad.
That's what I'm
Wait, who?
saying.
Logan
I
Paul.
don't see him
He's
doing
a
that. Maybe
father
he wants
already,
to.
but-
Maybe he wants to.
Logan Paul, somebody's dad?
Logan
Yeah, he had a
Paul
kid.
is a father.
He had a kid like 2 years ago.
You didn't hear Dominik Mysterio is his daddy.
Yeah. No, but Dominik Mysterio is going to be the face of the company
Or
one
no,
day.
fuck. I meant to say he's Dominik Mysterio's daddy.
Yeah.
Fuck Dominik Mysterio.
No, Dominik Mysterio is the GOAT. And he's going to be the GOAT one day.
No,
Go is a term
I'm
loosely
telling you,
thrown
if
around.
Logan versus Dom is a main event in the future, like face of the company changing shit, I'll give it to Logan over Dom.
Fair enough. I
Look,
agree.
Dom's got the legacy of the last name to continue him to go
I think
and
that
be
does a
top
lot.
forever.
It'll be Dom, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Oba Femi,
You can make the argument.
Javon Evans, and Trick Williams.
You
Those
can-
are your top 6 guys in the future.
You can make the argument that if Rey Mysterio
MJF
was
becomes-
never in the company, there'd be no Dominik Mysterio
well,
in
yeah,
WWE.
of course they wouldn't be Dominik Mysterio. He's
I mean, like, he could have still been a
course.
fan
Do you
down
think,
the road.
do you think
but
if he would have
child support
tried, he would have
match.
made it without his
Who,
father?
Dom?
Like in another
no,
world?
no.
Why not?
Because even when he came into the company, when he was like ready to start wrestling, he was not ready to start wrestling.
Now he's John Cena level potential.
He is. He's grown fast.
Dominik
fast.
Mysterio versus Logan Paul for Logan Paul's kids for papers. Custody papers.
Custody of Logan
match.
Paul's children on a pole match. Yeah, like Dom back in the day, being in the ladder match between Ray and Eddie. Yeah,
Was that
this
all who
works.
smashed Vicky?
Who?
Vicky?
Vicky Guerrero?
Vicky was not the mother in that situation. Dominic
On script, mother, maybe.
No, Dominic's mom is still Dominic's mom. It's just that Eddie in the storyline hooked up with Rey Mysterio's wife and then had Dom.
Hey,
that's the
sideline.
storyline.
Vicky, if you want that,
Vicky
hit me.
Guerrero was passed
Vicky
around
was
in
later.
WWE.
Well, Vicky was technically in that
Wait,
storyline.
who was more passed around Hot Topic? AJ Lee, Lita, Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky
In
Guerrero.
real life, it's Lita. In kayfabe, it's AJ Lee. She's kissed like half of the roster. But in real life, Lita's dated like
Or
five.
Vicky Guerrero?
Yeah, in real life, Lita's dated like 5
Nobody
of the
wants that
wrestlers.
shit.
AJ Lee was up on a lot
Vicky's
of
only
people.
dated like 2 wrestlers. AJ Lee has dated 1. Well, I think AJ's dated 2, but she's kissed like 8 of them on camera.
She's at least
But-
3 of them.
No, I don't agree. I think it's just Punk
Because
and maybe
she's been
Daniel
with
Bryan.
Punk
Maybe
for so long.
her and Punk started dating in like
No, I'm talking about Lita.
2012. Lita?
Yeah, Lita.
Oh, yeah, maybe Lita. Edge, CM Punk.
She fucked CM Punk?
Yeah, CM Punk and Lita dated for a while.
Oh,
So
that grimy
maybe like one Matt Hardy.
I was going to say
Oh, yeah,
one of
I
the
knew.
Hardys.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean Lita.
That was the
a couple,
big
but-
storyline, was like them two when I
Yeah.
first started watching.
because Lita cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, and then they made it a real life story, or they made it a fake storyline out of the real life situation that was
Yeah.
happening, because everyone was like, all
And
right,
then
let's
there
make
was
some
real
money.
beef ever since then.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Real beef ever since then.
I mean,
What? Over some WWE?
It was real.
it was his real girlfriend.
It's real. kayfabe.
Imagine wrestling
Wait,
a
who we
dude and
talking
he
about
actually
again?
smashed your wife.
Lita, Matt Hardy, and Edge.
Oh,
Lita cheated.
that was real,
Lita
though.
real life
Yeah.
cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, and then they made it a storyline in WWE because everyone was like, "All right, let's make some money out of this at least. Like, if this is the shittiest thing possible, let's at least make a couple bucks out of it."
Wow,
So,
I feel bad for Matt
and Vince
Hardy.
doesn't give a fuck. Vince probably heard that and went, "Oh, money."
Man.
He said, "Matt Hardy, you got cheated on by
That's
your
the
girlfriend."
Mr. Krabs right there. Like,
he had to finish Shawn Michaels first. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, apparently. Allegedly. I said that when we weren't on camera. You gotta say allegedly behind that.
Allegedly, I don't know if
Is that
that's
the
true.
censor?
I was making those claims off camera. When you're on camera, you say allegedly after something like that.
There's no alleged. It was on TikTok. That's where it's
All
like
right.
kids app.
All right.
We have the choice to cut it if you want.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Logan Paul and Tom Brady.
We need a boom.
All right, thank you guys for watching the 2-year anniversary of the Hardcore and the Casual Pro Wrestling Podcast. Once again, I know that we've only been having this channel for like a couple months. If you want to watch all of our old stuff, go to the old podcast over on the Hardcore and the Casual regular channel. Thank you guys for watching 2-year anniversary. Hot takes. It was a fun episode. I think this one was really fun.
This one
I
was
enjoyed
pretty
this
good,
one. This
yeah.
one was fun. We didn't even get through all of our hot takes, I don't think, but we did long enough. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Elijah, for coming. You've been a big help on this podcast and this whole journey, doing the MMA show with me every week. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you, Jake, for always coming to the pro wrestling stuff. I appreciate you being the champ, and Tyler. And thank you guys for watching. I have been your host, Justin. This has been the Hardcore and the Casual Pro Wrestling Champion or Pro Wrestling Podcast. And peace out.
Doses.
Keep it casual. Whoa. You haven't subscribed to the Hardcore and the Casual's new pro wrestling channel yet? Well, click here, go subscribe, check out some of our playlists. If you want a suggestion, click this video here. And if you want to contact us on social media, that casual PW. Hey, keep it casual.